you know, perhaps a toss-up between himself and Alex Pritchard for that role, really. Both similar types of players who like to play in the 10, but Bradley's been given the nod ahead of Alex Pritchard.
Here we go then. Sunderland's campaign away from home gets underway. From Patterson. Looking for Dak from the early ball out. Dak wins an early free kick as well.
Yeah, you see him there, just dropping in slightly, isn't he, Bradley? The first one gets clipped up to him. It's going to be difficult with those balls coming into him. He's not the biggest. And obviously the likes of Lindsay, Hughes, and Story there at the back, they'll like those types of balls if they're going to get clipped up to him there to come through him and win it. So can we get it into his feet?
Zirkin popping it forward, looking for Jack Clark. Free kick away.
Yeah, Trey Hume as well. We haven't mentioned Trey. Obviously got sent off, didn't he, last week? And in a way, it was good that the League Cup game came about. That was his suspension served, wasn't it? Get back to his normal role. I think sometimes, I know everybody goes on about these inverted fullbacks and going in the pitch, but I feel that obviously if you've got Patrick on his side who likes to go inside the pitch, that's where Trey's got to go around the outside and get around him a little bit more, and like, you know, Dennis does on the far side as well when Jack drives inside.
So they're trying to press from the front there. So he's forced back to his keeper, Woodman. Kicks it out. Former Newcastle player, of course. Freddie Woodman. 4 league appearances for Newcastle United.
Yeah, Lyndon Gooch is one missing from the squad today as well, isn't he? I think Tony Mowbray mentioned he picked up a bit of a knock in the game last week, or was it in training, but he was missing during midweek and he's missing from the squad again today.
So they're having to work to keep possession here. Ballard gives it back to Trey Hume. Referee's right on top of it. Didn't see it wrong.
Yeah, he felt like he'd been clipped, I think, there, Will Keane. Spinning on the ball, but referee waves it away.
The player we haven't touched upon is the Fokke Jensen, Mad Fokke Jensen, who has only just been brought in by Preston North End. It's definitely an exciting one from what we gather from Denmark, 24 years old, signed from Adane.
Yeah, just see him there. I think he's just going to play off Will Keane, isn't he? Brown looks like he's a little bit more advanced as well. The two of them there just in behind Will Keane. Packed in the middle of the park, as we mentioned before the game. From our point of view there, can we get the ball out wide as soon as we can? Out to Patrick and out to Jack, driving at the outside centre-backs. It's interesting early on, that's Woodman. It's a couple of balls, isn't it? He's not looked to pass out to the centre backs. He's just dropped it in long early on. Whether that's something they've mentioned. First 5-10 minutes or so, drop balls in there. Can we get the seconds?
Yeah. Again from Woodman, going long. Fokke Jensen picks it up, tries to get around Ballard. Sunderland get the decision.
Yeah, just tried to nudge it past Dan Ballard there, didn't he? Trey Hume helping out, doubling up. You see him there, confident boy. Just knocks it the other side of Dan, through his legs, is it? There's Trey Hume to mop things up. Yeah, daft one, isn't it? Daft free kick to give away right in the corner there. Going nowhere.
Anthony Patterson will take for Sunderland. Game really hasn't settled yet, but there could be an opportunity for Jack Clark. On the back of Brad Potts there. Did Potts get it away? He did. He's Kean Best, one of those younger players you mentioned earlier in the programme. He's 17, this is only his third appearance.
Yeah, out there at wing back as well.
Yeah.
You know, difficult shift play there a few times. You've got to get up and down the pitch.
Patrick Roberts will be aware of that as well, won't he?
Yeah, will be, and it's always a little bit of cat and mouse while you see Patrick there and Trey Hume, communication between those two as well when he's passing him on. I think we've seen last week Patrick switched off, didn't he, when the full back got in for Ipswich and got the opportunity away.
Again, Job just breaking it up. Tony sitting on his bucket again.
Yeah, he likes that one away from home, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Stadium light, it's usually on his feet, patrolling his technical area. Away from home, goes a
Bielsa-esque.
bit Bielsa, doesn't he?
Yeah. We're by O'Nien. Andrew Hughes. And for the big diag. Can Potts keep it in? He has. Charges forward as well. Ledson. He's Brown. Brown gets a delivery in. And O'Nien had to be aware.
Yeah, he's done really well there, Luke, in that near post space. I think he's took one in the nose, has he, as well? And
Will Keane was hovering.
Yeah, just in, that's what he likes, Will Keane, isn't that service coming in there. Pierre Ekwau's got to do more. Too easy from Alan Brown, skips past him. Wasn't contact, was there? I thought it was the Keane had lent into Luke O'Nien, but not sure if it's that shoulder which he's had issues
or do you
with.
think he's took the ball on the side of his head? Maybe he's a little bit
groggy.
Bit dazed from it, maybe. It seems all right. He'll continue, don't worry. Kean Best will take the corner for Preston. Plenty of movement. It's on Patterson as well, who punches it clear.
Yeah, I was going to say, interesting. There was two Preston players on Anthony Patterson, obviously that in-swinger as well, but he's opted not to have any players in there helping him out, and he does really well. Strong left fist on it. I was just see it back now, right underneath the crossbar there. I think it's Hughes that's in and around him.
Best holds on to it, looking for his options. Jack Clark picks it up, flicks it over Potts, but can't advance. Can Ekwau break it up?
I think Preston just starting to settle, getting a few passes in, spending a bit of time in our half.
Ball over the top. Sirkin's there. Hume picks it up, can't clear it. Dan Neal's back, helping. Roberts trying to twist out of it.
That's a foul. Yeah, good pressing though from Preston, isn't it? Not allowing us time on the ball, similar to what we've seen from ourselves last week against Ipswich in a way. Say coming up to 10 minutes on the clock, we haven't quite got going, have we? It's been scrappy.
It was only that last minute or so where Preston got their foot on the ball themselves. Sunderland enjoyed quite a lot of possession in that opening game against Ipswich, didn't they? That's how they like to play it. It's what you do with it that counts, though, Danny.
That's correct. Yeah, just see Preston, as we mentioned it before the game, 3-4-3 basically, isn't it? Brown and Frokier, Jensen, either side of Will Keane, just supporting him.
Ekwa trying to hold off his man, gets the free kick. Ledson kicked the ball away there. Now that was a yellow card the other night. Did you see when Pritchard?
This is what we're saying. Yeah, it's just that consistency, isn't it? And maybe if that's 89 minutes on the clock, he looks at it a bit different, the referee.
Over the top again. Between Patterson and 09, they see it out.
Yeah, we're just struggling to secure balls which are coming up to us up there. I think Jack Clark there, just get his body in, back into the centre back, bring the ball down and just take a little bit of the pressure off. It's a couple of times Hughes has looked for that switch. I think Potts out on that far side. It's quite a big frame. Brad Potts played against him a couple of times. He's their out ball on that far side.
Ryan goes down. Job trying to take it quickly. I think he has done. He's Bradley Dack, who's come deep to get some touches on the ball. He's been frustrated in the front line so far. Nice between him and Hume, who delivers a deep one, looking for Jack Clark.
Yeah, it was good link-up play, wasn't it? Against Bradley Dack's coming out on the middle though, and just see Job's trying to get into the middle and make up the numbers as the cross comes in.
Roberts going at best for the first time. Too many white shirts around him. Neil steals it. Dack gives it back to Roberts. Roberts goes inside to Dan Neil. Dan Neil opens up for him. Trying to look for Jack Clark when maybe a shot was on.
Yeah, could have gone back into Patrick, I think, on the give and go.
Here's Jack Clark. Fires one in. And if it wasn't for the interception, Bradley Dack was behind the ball there.
Yeah, I think we'll just see it back on the replay, and as Patrick drops free for him, he feeds it into Dan Neil, and I think Dan could just reverse it back into his path. See Patrick's reaction, asking for the ball, doesn't get it.
Sunderland looking threatening for the first time.
Yeah, just see Bradley Dack now, look where he is there, obviously on the graphic we've had him top end of the pitch, but dropping really deep, trying to get on the ball. Is that something they've spoken about? I personally, I don't want to see him drop in that deep to try and get on it. We've got midfielders in there who can do that.
There's Jack Clark. 3 white shirts trying to close him down. Ekwa. Sirkin robbed. Ekwa takes a late slide on the Preston player. The referee plays advantage. I think he'll come back to that one.
To be fair, the Preston player's got up fairly sharp, hasn't he? I think he might let that one slide. I think he has. The referee.
Easy for Potts to take possession there. Switches it across to Best. Best floats one in. It's too much on that one, surely. Goes for a throw.
Yeah, just decision making at the moment. 1 or 2 players take too many touches on the ball, and as I say there, Trey just looking for that big switch out to the far side, doesn't get the connection on it quite right. I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, you see a few puddles around the side there. Maybe the
good bit of rain down there.
Yeah, there's a bit of a fast surface. What's 09 saying here?
Just trying to slow it down a little bit. It's been frantic, hasn't it? Sort of 15 minutes coming up on the clock. We haven't really had any control in the game. We had half an opening a minute ago, didn't we, where the ball dropped for Patrick there into Dan Neil. But yeah, neither goalkeeper worked so far.
Woodman.
Yeah, it's good from Jack Clark. Just a bit of pressure on them there, trying to get his teammates going.
9. Company from Will Keane there. Not quite sure what Will Keane's asking for there, because he just
Luke just getting his
the
body
ball
across him. Yeah.
He's Trey Hume. Again, Dak coming deep to get involved. Sirkin. There's Dak.
A couple of times he's dropped into this sort of right midfield, right back position, isn't it, to get on the ball, Bradley Dack. And it's interesting when he does that, just have a look through the middle of the pitch there, then you're relying on Joe Bellingham to be the one to try and get in there into that space, that void that's been left by Bradley Dack.
Can Hume get there? He can. Dan Neil looking for Jack Clark. It's a great ball. Clark beats Potts. Clark still going. Puts one in the middle.
Nearly. Patrick Roberts there waiting for it on the 6-yard line, but it's good switch from Dan Neil into Jack Clark. And there he is driving at Brad Potts. Potts there trying to help out. Goes past him though like he's not there. There you go. See you later. And as he's driving in, a lot of bodies in front of him, but he just tries to feed it there. And it's the left boot, isn't it? I think is it Story at the near post. Puts it behind for the corner.
So Dak goes on corner duty for Sunderland's first of the afternoon. He's looking at his options, looking for a short there maybe. Gone short, in from Roberts. Head around from Lindsay. Maybe Sunderland can make something happen from this. Clark clips one in. It's towards Dak, and I think it's going to go for another corner.
Yeah, interesting corner, wasn't it? Short corner into
Roberts
to Whitman, rather than just take it first time. I think it's McCann that's sloppy on the ball for Preston, gives it us back, and Jack just trying to feed it in there. Good defensive header. Bradley Dack waiting in behind.
Ballard was up there as well for Sunderland. Will this one be a little bit more direct, do you think, Danny?
Yes.
No.
Short again.
Roberts. Now the cross comes in. Well, Sirkin did well to get his body round.
It's a difficult one. It's coming away from goal, isn't it? It's behind him. Dennis Sirkin there. We've seen him, certainly last season, got himself a couple of goals. And it's interesting, a couple of short corners now, isn't it? Why aren't we just putting the ball in there first time, trying to maybe work an opening? So it comes to Patrick there. Yes, a difficult one. It's quite flat and it's behind Dennis. He has to come away from goal, and Brown's also got a good piece of his shirt as well.
Picked up by Brown. Ballard comes across and deals with him. There's a few goals going around the EFL Championship. We'll bring all the halftime scores here on SFC Live.
Last week Joe Bellingham heavily involved, wasn't he, in that first half? A lot of good play went through him today. I don't think he's had more than maybe 3 touches of the ball, has he, so far? Difficult for him to try and get on it. And that pocket of space just in behind Bradley Dack, but Bradley's obviously dropped in deep a few times himself.
No 9. Gets the ball through to Patterson eventually after a couple of thoughtful moments. Job surely fouled. Well, Ledson saying he got the ball. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you take the man out like that.
Yeah, I think it's just gets away slightly from Job there. He doesn't get any of the ball, does he? It is a free kick, nothing more.
Ekwa. Goes back to Dan Neil. Doesn't get away with that one. Stack comes deep again to pick up. Puts the ball forward for Roberts to run onto. Roberts gets past his man. Tries to get a cross in. He was kind of shut up by
I was just going to say, Best there. Young boy as well, isn't he? Just goes past him, Patrick, and I thought he was going to pull him down. Does well in the end. Let's have a look. See there, Patrick goes by him, and arm comes out on his left shoulder.
It's another Sunderland corner. Dak delivers one a bit more directly. Free kick though.
Yeah, I think it's Luke O'Nien, is it? It comes
from the attempt.
Clattering into one of the Preston players. Is it Ledson that's down, I think?
Yep.
Yeah, it's that drill ball, isn't it? Again, edge of the box.
Well, the referee hasn't given him a free kick. He was looking for it after getting his body into good position.
Yeah, he got across him. He does well initially. I think is he looking for it? Not too much contact on him, I don't think. Same with Job there as well in that first half last week. Same with Pierre Ekwah, wasn't he? Dictating the game, controlling it from deeper. Again, so far today, hasn't seen a lot of the ball so far.
Bad control there from Brown, leading to a Sunderland throw on the far side.
Yeah, I think that passage of play there, the last minute or so, sums the game up so far, doesn't it? 20 minutes gone, just over. Very scrappy game indeed.
Oh, Job was almost caught there, but he comes away with the ball and plays a good ball forward, looking for Patrick Roberts. Roberts, can he keep the ball going? Puts it inside. Daniel, can he get a shot away? Comes back out. Job, charged down. Ekwah. Oh, good save.
Yeah, good, better. See a couple of mistakes there from Preston. It's the big centre-back. I think it's Lindsay, isn't it? Has a heavy touch, and then it almost clattered into Joe Bellingham, I think it was. And then from there, we react well. First one's blocked, isn't it? I think it's Lindsay actually gets a couple of blocks in. Is it Ledson as well, helping him out, Ledson. And then the third one there, Ekwah pulls the trigger. Woodman tips it over the top.
The short corner. No free kick again for Sunderland. Seem to stop playing, don't they, when they're looking for the decisions?
Yeah, that's, what was it, 3-4 corners we've had now. Three of them we've played short, haven't we? I think you see Dan Ballard there coming back in. Nothing worse, centre back. You go up for the corner, give me something to go off. And now he's having to plod all the way back, isn't he? Get back in his position. No service into the box for him.
Daniel with a bit of space around him. A strong challenge again. The referee right on top of it. Says no free kick.
Yeah, maybe too many touches there. I think Joe Bellingham's made a good run actually in behind the centre-backs, and it was on for Dan to thread it in for him.
So they just need to show a little bit of composure on the ball. Get the foot on it. And 9 goes back to Patterson, who can't touch it with his hands. Brad Potts goes inside. Ledson. Frocke Jensen.
Oh, no.
Oh, and it's gone in. Now, did a deflection on the way through. It looked like it might have wrong-footed Anthony Patterson. Will Keane.
Yeah, I thought obviously no power on the initial shot, was there? Yeah, nothing Anthony Patterson can do about it. Deflection sends him the wrong way. As we said, it's a scrappy game and 25 minutes on the clock, and that goal has summed it up.
Well, we'll see back just how big that deflection was. Will Keane, though, scores the goal.
See the Preston players just having a laugh about it really as it comes in there.
Let's have a look.
Ledson it comes to. Is it, yeah, this is the 10, isn't it? Frocky Jensen there.
He kind of just bounces off
away.
Will Keane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of similar to the Nathan Broadhead goal we
In a way,
scored.
yeah, I think Nathan maybe knew a little bit more about that, but there he just dangles the leg out, doesn't he? And he's not offside. I think Luke O'Nine's asking, but no, he's not. He's onside, isn't he? And, well, it's a poor goal to give away. And just as it looked like the other end of the pitch, we have one or two openings ourselves, wasn't it? Find ourselves a goal down.
That's got Tony Mowbray off his bucket anyway, in his tactical area. Sunderland need to respond.
Yeah, it's going to be another game without clean sheets, isn't it? And I think, you know, you look through pre-season, we shipped a lot of goals during pre-season. People will go, it's just pre-season, but you get into good habits and conceding goals. Tony looking frustrated there, isn't he?
Here's Trey Hume. Dack. Roberts. Hume's gone ahead of him. Roberts gets round. Best. Still going, Roberts goes down, referee makes a decision.
Yeah, it's just outside the box, isn't it? I think Hughes is asking, has he dived? Doesn't matter where the ball's gone, has he caught him or not? I think Patrick does leave a leg there for him, but let's have a look at it back now. Goes past the first one Best, doesn't he? And then there. I think Patrick knows what he's doing. He's planted his feet there, Hughes. And see it better from this angle. Yeah, I think it's a generous one, to be honest.
Shooting territory, do you think? Or do you think they'll just one of them?
Well, I think if you're looking at it, you've got a left footer and a right footer over it. Dack will obviously try and feed it across. If not, can Patrick get it up and down? Try and catch Woodman out at his near post.
He's going for it. Well, kind of went
straight at
tame
him,
in
it?
central,
Yeah.
yeah. How much power generated was there?
No, you see Luke O'Neill does make the run across that near post, doesn't he? But as you say there, not enough power on it, straight down Woodman's throat.
Nice play there by Best to get possession down for Preston. Job winning it back for Sunderland. He's Sirkin. Dan Ballard. Here's Roberts. Goes again at Best and gets around him and goes inside the area. Patrick Roberts gets a shot away. It goes for Sunderland's corner.
Yeah, good Patrick, trying to get us going, isn't he? Down this right hand side, Bright again, direct. Goes past Best again.
He's got the beating of him, hasn't
yeah,
he?
I thought they were going to have a little fish out there and bring him down. See, there now. Tries to get the strike away there. I think it's Hughes, isn't it? Gets the block in.
Jack Clark, who's definitely been
got
tugged there.
yeah,
That's got to be a penalty.
He's got
That's
shirt.
a penalty all day.
Well, he's slipped, hasn't he, Jack? But I think it's the shirt pull.
I mean, it's Keane Best who's involved in it. You know, this is only his third appearance.
It's a couple of times, isn't it, where people have gone past him there. He's actually in a good position to start with. Another short corner. Let's have a look into Dack. Feeds it into Jack Clark. He's got a piece of his arm there, and he just rolls him. Look, he's got shirt. He's got shirt. He's still got shirt. Yeah, Jack slips, but he's got shirt. And it is a penalty. He goes to his arm and then it's his shirt, isn't it? Panic sets in. Young boy, as we said, he's asking. He's got his arms out there. What? Well, he's got a big piece of his shirt.
He's only 17 as Kean Best, and he's been beaten a few times the last few minutes by Pat Roberts. It's Jack Clark who came across and won the penalty. And is it Jack Clark who's going to take the penalty?
I think it is indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just getting himself too tight. You know, it's fine margins being in a good position, then all of a sudden he gets rolled and panic sets in.
I think Woodman's been told you're not allowed to touch the crossbar now, either on a penalty. Another new rule.
Ooh,
oh, and it's taken.
It's crept in.
Down to the bottom right of Freddie Woodman.
Yeah, well, there's boos going up from the Preston fans. I'm not sure why. Obviously they haven't got a monitor to see it back, and they're perhaps thinking that Jack slipped or gone down easy. But when you see it back,
he's pulling his shirt.
He's got his shirt, yeah. And credit, and he should have had one last weekend, but he's got one today. I say goalie goes the right way, doesn't he, Woodman? Can't get enough
penalty,
on it.
Yeah, right at the corner.
Just creeps into that side netting, does it? Yeah.
Gets a hand to it as well, Woodman.
The reaction, he'll be disappointed. I think Woodman, he's a big size, isn't he, there, and goes the right way. But we're back on level terms.
1-1. Now, what's Sunderland's strategy now then, Danny? How do they manage this?
Well, they try and take the sting out of it. Yeah, we just got ourselves. I don't think either team deserves to be in front. I've said it from minute one. It has been a scrappy game. Neither team have dominated possession. Have they got into a sort of a flow, really? But just trying 15 minutes or so left before the break as well. Just try and take control of the game, get the passes in. Even if you take the sting out of it, slow it down a little bit and control possession. Tony relaxing there, back on his bucket.
Well, I think it's gone for a corner there. I mean, I think that might have came from a back pass. We didn't see because we were looking at pictures of Tony Mowbray, but will be Preston's corner. It's Best who goes across to take it. He's been involved in the game. 17-year-old.
Yeah, it's that in-swinger again. We've seen the one early on. Look, just around Anthony Patterson. He's got a man either side of him.
He's got Ledson right on him. He's got Will Keane on the other side. It's pretty much exactly the same place.
Yeah. Patterson
gets a fist on it again. Rocky Jensen. Dan Neil can't get it away and he's robbed of it. And Sunderland, they get the decision there, which will calm things down for a second.
Yeah, just as Dan takes a touch, it's one of those. I had a bit of a thought, you know, when sometimes they go to clear it and someone sneaks up on your blind side, but gets the free kick, little nudge in his back.
Sun comes out down at Deepdale as Dennis Sirkin moves forward. Jack Clark just stumbles on the ball. The locals aren't happy with the officials so far. James Linnington, public enemy number one. Oh,
elbow was it?
Oh yes,
well, I'll tell you what,
we might see something here. Will Keane looks like he might be going in the book at least. Luke O'Nien stays down.
Well, if he's throwing the arm, the linesman's flagged straight away. He's got a good look at it. Let's have a look.
Yeah, there is an elbow there. There is an elbow there, but is it enough for a red? Linesman's flagging.
Well, he has a look at Luke, doesn't he? Yeah, they're always a difficult one, these, aren't they? Because, you know, I've been there myself as a centre back, and they want to get their arm across you and try and sort of pin you really as the ball's coming in the centre forwards. Obviously, he's caught Luke, hasn't he? Certainly going to be a yellow card, I'd imagine. Minimum.
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, there's the yellow coming out of his pocket.
Yeah. First player in the book is Will Keane. A goal and a card so far.
Yeah, shaking his head there, doesn't agree with it, but I think he's
yellow right for you.
He's bigger than Luke's not a natural centre back, is he? He's not your sort of your Danny Bart 6'3", 4" centre back who's going to deal with them. He's a bit smaller, and Will Keane's quite a good size. He's just trying to dominate Luke, isn't he, as the ball comes forward. But he does have a little look at him, and he gets that arm across him.
Job. Dispossessed. Jensen plays in. Brown with the shot.
Dennis Serkin's done well.
He's done really well there. He had to be spot on.
Again, you can hear the Preston fans, but I'm not sure what they're seeing there. It's a well-timed challenge from Dennis Serkin.
Jack Clark goes inside for Sunderland. Job still ahead of him. Ekwar picks it up. Serkin's gone on as well. Ekwar's caught in two minds there, really, wasn't he?
I think a few times, not just Pierre Ekwar, but play too many touches on the ball. You know, when are we at our best? We move the ball 1 and 2 touch, move the ball up the pitch. How is he going to say that the options aren't there, movement off the ball for him? But he's had 4, 5, 6 touches there and slowed the play down.
Number 9 plays with a cross-field ball. Dan Ballard to Dan Neil. He's Job. Clark. Job picks it up. Just couldn't find Dan Neil. That's who he's looking for. Sunderland get it back. Combination of 09 and Job, and this is Jack Clark now.
Who's in, Dennis?
Serkin pulls it back.
Oh, Dan Neil, 6 yards out, a little pullback.
Almost.
Should have been maybe that combination we seen last weekend.
Will Keane coming deep to pick up the ball now. It's a bit frantic, isn't it?
Yeah, it has picked up, hasn't it, now? Going into the last 10 minutes of the half.
Hughes. Back to Lindsay. Jordan Story now. The Sunderland fans you can hear down at Deepdale.
I'll see that back in a minute. That's what I was saying earlier on, wasn't it? When Jack's coming in, you want to see Dennis on that overlap there. He just feeds a lovely ball into his path. And does he get his head up, Dennis? And he's got that little cut back for Dan Neil, just 5-10 yards on the floor, 6 yards out, and he's coming onto it.
Just when the game threatens to come to life, it kind of breaks down again.
Settles down again, doesn't it? Yeah, and goes scrappy.
One from Woodman again. Keane. Edson brings in Story. Brown. Keane Best. Couldn't get past Patrick Roberts. Forward from Lindsay. Helped on by Potts, who almost gets it back. Serkin's there, trying to protect the ball. Wriggles free, picks up the free kick. He's definitely pulled back there. I mean,
yeah, he done well. He's got his
complaining again about the referee, but that was definitely free kick.
Yeah, I guarantee that you know, Preston, fan sites later on, they're going to absolutely annihilate the ref. But obviously we're watching a different game. I'm not sure we're watching it through Sunderland rose-tinted glasses, but I think a lot of the decisions have been correct. I think that one there, he gets his body in there, Dennis, and Potts pulls him back. The penalty, obviously, they weren't happy about, but I'm sure once they see it back later on, they'll agree with it.
Roberts just looking for an opening, moving forward, goes back to Hume for now. Ballard drops his shoulder, moves away from Will Keane. Job not strong enough on the ball then. Preston come forward with Brown. Getting it back as well. Hughes there. Trey Hume comes across. Frustrates. Sarcastic clap there.
Claps at the ref, yeah. Just catches Trey Hume. Pretty much what we've seen Trey booked for last week, wasn't it? But yeah, I think just there, Dan Ballard steps in really well. He's got 3 or 4 options. He plays it into Jude. He's got a man, Job. He's got a man behind him. Comes in tight. Could have gone out to the far side.
Almost makes his way through to Dennis Serkin on the overlap. What can Job do better there? Is it up his teammates and make him aware?
Really, you know, he's coming in asking for it to feet, but the man reads the pass, doesn't he? Comes in behind him, puts pressure on him. But I think as Dan Ballard steps in, Dan sees that one, but there's 2 or 3 other passes where players haven't got a man around him he could have fed it into.
Here's Roberts. Twisting and turning again. Best trying to get close to him, and he's done it again. He's gone around him. Don't think he'll get a free kick that time.
No, it was a good challenge. He played it off Patrick, didn't he?
Ekwa. Serkin as Sunderland comes straight back at Preston. Jack Clark. Clark. Ekwa. Clark up against Potts again, gets round him yet again, stands one up, comes through for Roberts, who doesn't really control it brilliantly, but still has the ball. In from Hume, it's a deep one, goes straight out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think he does everything right there, Jack. Again, he goes past Potts on the outside, stands it up with his left foot, and well, I think Tony's thinking, just Patrick back himself. I know it's not his favoured foot, his right foot, but there, it's dropping down, it's coming out the sky. Just put your right foot through it, try and volley it, and tries to bring it down. Opportunity goes away. See 1 or 2 of the Preston players having a few words with each other, and the referee again.
What's going to happen here? Someone down, or referee's just walking across to the other side of the pitch. He wants a word with Alison McCann.
I'm not sure if he's booked him there, has he? No. Yeah, McCann not happy with 1 or 2 things, having a word. Referee showing him who's boss. No.
Serkin. Well, you have to give credit to Preston for frustrating Sunderland so far, and the way they broke up play and the way they've tried to press on them when the Sunderland try to play it out.
Difficult, yeah, saying compact in the middle of the park, a lot of bodies in there this afternoon, and we have struggled. We've struggled to get Ekwa on the ball, Dan Neil, and Joe Bellingham dropping in at times to try and dominate possession as much as we would have liked and expected maybe. And I think if you're looking at both managers, you're seeing both there. Who's the happier? I'm not sure either are really. They'll want to get in at half-time, have a few words, try and tweak 1 or 2 things.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Lowe will be equally as disappointed with that kind of play from Preston.
Yeah, he will be, yeah. And, got themselves in front. Did they deserve it? Probably not. Fortunate goal in a way, wasn't it? And then give a cheap penalty away at the other end, allow us to get back into the game.
Second goes down.
Yeah, Brown that time. A few balls that Dennis has had to deal with going out that far side. You can see the Preston bench having a word, I think, with the 4th official, the linesman, saying that's a bit generous. Let's have a look. See, Dennis got a couple around him there. No, it is. It's a foul.
It's a foul. Leads with his arm.
You might say he's looking at the ball. He knows exactly what he's doing. He goes straight into Dennis.
He's almost at 300 appearances, is Alan Brown for Preston North End.
Just looking at the screen there, some game at St Mary's. Norwich 3, Southampton 2.
Yeah, we'll have all the scores at half-time. Some money's worth there. His best plays it forward. 3 minutes added on. Here's Roberts. He's going to get a corner. They will have time for this, obviously, with the added time. I mean, that's 6 for Sunderland just in this first half.
Yeah, good again. See, this is what's going to happen now throughout the season. Teams doubling up.
Yep.
Yeah, wing back there, outside centre back coming across.
Well, we'll see it on the other side with Jack as well, won't we?
But they keep going. You know, Patrick especially, he likes to keep picking it up, doesn't he? And driving and get corners. He gets a few balls that he'll nip through the defenders.
It's a short one again. Roberts. Jack Clark skips around his man. Clark still going despite the efforts, and it'd be another corner.
Yeah, Jack asking, looking for a little bit of movement, but it's difficult once he goes past McCann again, like he's not there, and he gets to the byline. But then once he looks up, look how many bodies are in the box there. He's got Will Keane there. He's got another one behind him. We've got 3 or 4 lads come to the near post. It's a difficult one for him to try and thread it into somebody.
In from Roberts, deep one. Ekwal's on the deck, kept alive by 09, but I think the free kick will be given against him.
Yeah. 2 sarcastic cheers from the Preston fans as well. And Luke just climbing over the back of his man there at the far post. Yeah, Ledson, I think it is.
Forward from O'Neill. Preston still pushing. Got the throw in on the far side. Dack just breaking it up.
Yeah, struggled to get into it really, hasn't he, Bradley Dack as well? I think he, a couple of times dropped in to try and get on the ball, to get a touch or 2 on it, but nothing to go off in and around the Preston penalty box so far.
Sunderland almost nicking it. Comes back.
And there's the half-time whistle.
It is the half-time whistle. How do you assess that 45?
Very scrappy, I think, from both sides really. Neither team have brought their A game out there in control possession. Maybe an Alex Pritchard out there as well. A little bit of creativity. Busy and bright, isn't he, when he comes off the bench?
Yes, we will see. It's a long way to go in this game. No subs yet. We have had 2 goals down at Deepdale. What do you make of Bradley Dack's first 45 in his league appearance for Sunderland?
Difficult one for him. He's not a natural striker, and I think in that first half he dropped into this right-hand side, almost the right-back position to get a couple of touches on it. I think he got frustrated. He didn't see too much of the ball. Said it there just before half-time. He had very little to go on, did he, in and around the 18-yard box, which is where he'll want to be getting on the ball as much as he can, really. So, yeah, frustrating 5 minutes for him.
He's Potts. Story. What's the linesman going to do here? Gives a corner. First of the second half. Goes to Preston.
Yeah, it is a corner ball. I'm not sure what Jack Clark's arguing about there. It's towed it behind for the corner. And it's best again with those in-swingers on the far side coming across to take it. Pack 6-yard box.
Yeah, it'll be right on Patterson again, won't it? Oh, could go anywhere. There's Job with the clearance. Comes back in. Ekwal this time. There's a Preston player down in the 6-yard box.
Yeah, don't deal. It was a flat ball in, wasn't it? That near post area, really. And panic up for a moment or two. I think Joe Bellingham it is that clears it in the end there.
Back in by Frocky Jensen. O'Nien plays it forward. Dak. Job helps it on its way to Jack Clark. Clark inside the area.
Yeah. Do you know what Potts has done?
Big shout to handball there by. It was Potts who was on the ball.
Yeah, just watching him there coming across, doubling up, and what a challenge it was as well from him.
What a challenge that is as well by Luke O'Nien, and then pops it forward for Job to get on it. Yeah. Gets it back as well. And then Sunderland can't capitalise. Summed up the performance so far, that, but O'Nien still hassling up there.
Yeah, go on. Continue where we left off, really. Both teams are saying trying to get control of the game, but turning it over to each other.
Hume. Daniel stretching to get there, he does. Ekwa shoots from distance. Oh, and it's just wide to the left of Freddie Woodman. It was a common theme we're seeing now, isn't it, with Pierre Ekwa when he picks the ball up in those areas.
It opens up for him on his favoured left foot as well, doesn't it? Daniel just gets there, toes it into his path. Let's say he can take a touch. Nobody really comes to press him. Just have a look at it back. Just Dan there sees on the stretch, gets the toe in, out of his feet. Doesn't really catch it as clean as he would have liked.
Pull it a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, keeper scrambling across. It's always just going past that right-hand side post, isn't it? But yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind him pulling the trigger at all. We've seen the goal he scored in pre-season, and if it opens up for him, why not? That's better from Bradley Dack. That's where you want to see him getting on the ball there. Ball into him. Nice little layoff.
Well, that's why he plays, isn't it? Normally. Yeah. Searching ball, looking for Roberts. He gets on the end of it, but he can't get past Andrew Hughes on this occasion. Hughes still bringing it away.
No one sure who's throwing it is. Trey Hume just walks over to it and says, well, I'll take it then.
Yeah, if no one else wants it, I'll have it. Ballard goes back to Patterson. Patterson taking a
does well
couple of touches. Sirkin with the early throw over the top. Lindsay screaming at someone.
He does well, actually. He's on the cover there. I think it's Story. He was having his shirt tugged a little bit by Jack Clark, arguing with the ref.
Oh, strong there by Best. Surely that's a free kick. Not given. Shoved him completely down to the ground. Didn't get the throw anyway, but. Behind Sirkin, who has to come back for it. Clark. Sunderland throw.
Luke O'Nien. Conversation with the linesman as well.
Dak doing enough to get the throw. Roberts. Hume. Daniel's gone ahead of him on the right-hand side. Hume just put the brakes on there.
Yeah.
Made the wrong decision.
I think just feed it into Daniel. Chops back, doesn't he? Doesn't know what's behind him. Loses possession.
McCann gives it back to Frocky Jensen. Ballard comes across.
Yeah, you see Trey there. It's just that decision making. I mentioned it there earlier on.
Yep.
Dan's made a lovely overlapping run outside. Just feed it into his path there.
Ball's up in the air again. Referee seen here.
Foul throw, is it? I think slipped out of his hands as he's taking the throw in on the far side. Sure.
Dak.
Yeah, I think the last 5 minutes we have worked the ball quite well. It's just that little final pass on the ball, isn't it? Picking the right option out.
Hume goes down.
Thought about it, the referee, didn't he?
Yeah,
he played to go on for a few seconds. There's a clip, Trey Hume. Yeah, he is in his best again.
Dan Neil finds Bradley Dack. A few shots of offside, not given. Dan Neil wins it back. Ekwars not strong enough in the challenge, and Brown comes away with the ball. Brown then spreads it to Fokke Jensen. He gives it back to Brown. Can he get a shot away? O'Nien stops it. Bellingham. Job stretching. Comes back in. Too much on it.
Yeah. Yeah, just playing ourselves into trouble again. A couple of challenges in the middle of the park. Could have been a little bit more aggressive. There, could have pulled the trigger. Brown chops back. Opportunity goes away. Just there again, see there. So playing each other into trouble a little bit, not knowing what's around each other. Give the ball back to Preston again. Unfortunately, the cross goes out the far side.
Corner comes in from Brown. Patterson punches. Comes back in. It's very busy in there. Go for another corner off Sirkin.
Yeah, everyone back there. And again, Anthony Patterson does really well. Body's in front of him. Comes through and punches it clear again. Because we've got everybody back in that 18-yard box. Comes back out, doesn't it? A couple more efforts from Preston. I mean, look at 6-yard box there. There must be, what, 17 players in there?
Yeah, very congested. It's a deeper one, but Dan Neil deals with the first one. Comes back in. Isn't clear yet. Where's it going to drop? Ekwar gets something on it. Dan Neil tries to break with it. Can he? He's going to try and get on the end of this one, but Best is back there to pick it up.
Yeah, he does really well, doesn't he? He's had quite a tough afternoon, Best, but does well on that occasion, gets across on the cover.
We're going to see a change, maybe? No, it's just the referee wanting the throw-in taken from the correct position. Ballard's under that, tries to head it down for Trey Hume, but Best picks it up, gets a shot away as well.
Yeah, he was never really set, didn't have it out of his feet. You see he wants to get it onto his left foot. Does well initially, chops inside Trey Hume. You see it back from this one now. Trey knows he's got to run outside him, comes inside him, look, and it's just under his feet. He never has it set to get the strike away. So in the end, if he goes to the outside of the left boot, I think he does.
Ballard to Dan Neil. And that's Roberts. Dax in the middle on the left-hand side of him. Roberts is dispossessed though by McCann. Working hard to try and get it back. O'Nien. Here's Jack Clark. Ekwa tries to clip one over. Potts deals with it. Can beat Ekwa, he can't. Clark. Dan Neil now.
I just feel like we're getting a little bit more control
Yeah,
on
this
the
is
game
more
now,
like
doesn't
it. Yeah.
Regaining possession. What can we do with it in that final third?
Ekwa. Looking for the return of Joe, but it goes to Preston. And this is Alan Brown. Oh, it might come all the way through. It has done, and Frocky Jensen puts Preston in the lead.
Yeah, Dan Ballard asking for offside, is I'm not sure, but again, yeah, it's in the middle of the park there. I think Pierre Ekbar goes to play a give and go. He feels like he's blocked off and he stops. I think it's Alan Brown. We'll see it back in a moment, but you just see it developing, and that's what I spoke about before the game, making sure we're organised and we're secure behind the ball for those turnovers, and we give the ball away and we're never set. We're running back towards our own goal, and we'll see it back. I think Dan Ballard's got a man in front of him. Is it Will Keane? Let's have a look now. Ball's fed across. He's got a man there. He plays it off him. Unfortunately, drops into Frocky Jensen that tucks it away.
Yep.
Into his path. That Dan Ballard there. He plays it against Will Keane, involved in both goals. I'm not sure he knows how much about, and it just drops lovely into his path, and he strokes it first time past Anthony Patterson. And again, we find ourselves behind.
Well, both Will Keane and Frocky Jensen were two players pulled out by you, Danny, in the pre-game programme to look out for this afternoon. But I've just said the manner of the goals have been pretty soft, haven't they?
Yeah, that's the problem at the minute as well. You know, teams aren't having to do a lot to score against us. Yeah, they're not breaking us down with clever play, you know, cutting through us as such. But there, they get the rub of the green again, don't they? I think Dan Ballard, as he goes to clear it, just plays it against Will Keane. He'll get the assist. And it drops into his strike partner's path there, and he tucks it away quite well, to be fair to him. And I just said it there, didn't we? Just looked like we were starting to take control of the game. You know, keeping hold of the ball quite well without really hurting Preston as such, but that's what happens in football.
Here's Ekwa. Sunderland behind once again. Sirkin. Jack Clark.
Similar to last week as well, you see through the middle of the pitch, really tight, isn't it, to try and thread passes through. Ipswich the same last week, said you're not coming through the middle of us, you're going to have to go around us. And they'll just drop off now, Preston, allow us to have the ball in front of them.
Ekwa. Clipping it forward, looking for Jack Clark. He's Job. Sirkin. Runs out of space.
Got to keep going though, half an hour. I say no substitutions yet from either team, is there? So I'm sure both managers, certainly Tony Mowbray now will be, there we go, say having a chat with his coaching staff, maybe looking to the bench.
Cleared by Sirkin. Sirkin trying to make way down this left-hand side.
Yeah, just, I think looking through the team, I think it was only Dan Neil that started in midweek as well, wasn't it? The first 45 minutes, and one or two maybe came off the bench as well, but thinking you're looking now, aren't you? You're looking at Alex Pritchard, Barr, you know, Jefferson Bennett, top end of the pitch. Creative players try and get us back into the game. How's Bradley Dack getting on as he, you know, 63 minutes gone?
Potts keeping it in, and then Sunderland winning the throw in. Sunderland putting themselves into a bit of bother here, Danny.
Yeah, they are, yeah. It's not a great weight on it from Dennis into Luke 09 there. Just set it for him so we can clip it down the line first time. And again, I know perhaps sound like a stuck record, but I think that's been the theme really throughout the afternoon, where we haven't been at our best. And just having a look there at the back of the picture, substitutions are ready to come on.
Look like Hamia and Pritchard getting stripped. You'd think maybe Dack would make way because of his fitness levels. Maybe he's on the ball now. Oh, and Dan Neil's kept the ball here. Neil, options left and right, goes for the shot, and it's maybe the wrong option there,
yeah,
Danny.
I think so. Well, you see Bradley Dack having early. It was good play initial in the build-up. I think McCann comes across. It looks like he's going to cut it out, but he runs past the ball. There, see. And then Dan Neil's driving. He's got options. He's got Patrick outside him. He's got Dack to slip it into there. To be fair, it opens up for him. He's 20-odd yards out, and if he catches it sweet and he flies in the top corner, it's a great strike, isn't it? But unfortunately for Dan, he doesn't.
So two changes for Sunderland. Say Pritchard's coming on. So maybe Pritch and Tamia were definitely coming on, but Bradley Dack, and was it Job the other one who made way, or was Job just coming across to get a drink?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Job sat down, yeah.
So Job as well.
So Job and Bradley Dack come off for Sunderland. Alex Pritchard and
so
Lewis Hamia.
You'd say straight swaps, wouldn't you, there, with Hamia going and playing up top there as Bradley Dack was, and Pritchard coming off for Job just in behind him.
This could change things for Sunderland, having an out-and-out striker up there now, whereas Dack was coming deep to try and get involved in the action.
Yeah, you say to Hamia, just play up top, occupy the centre-backs really.
Give the players an outlet.
Yeah, and if it comes into him, that's where Pritchard gets around him. Jack and Patrick come off the line and receive it off him. But again, it's up to us now to try and get that tempo into the game and since the goal. It's just gone scrappy. That'll suit Preston. They'll be happy with that, not allowing us to get into any sort of flow.
Trey Hume. Clark.
Potts thought it was a Preston throw.
Ekwa. It's 9 who can't find Ballard. And Fokke Jensen will pick it up. He's still on the ball. He's able to pump it forward.
Offside. Yeah, and again, just that detail on the pass, isn't it? I think Luke square past to Dan Ballard.
Well, Ballard's been involved in an incident there right in front of the referee. It looks like it'll be a yellow card for Dan Ballard.
I'm not sure what's happened there in the build-up. Yeah,
he's not happy with the ball that was played forward, I think. So Ballard goes into the book. First Sunderland player this afternoon.
Yeah, a bit of frustration in that, I think, for Dan Ballard, isn't it? So the lads got to regroup, get themselves together. Still a long way to go in this game. 20 minutes at least. See there, man closing. Yeah, just overruns that one. That's not a foul.
Why is he shouting at the other players then? Camera's picking up Trey Hume. I wonder if he was booked for something he said. Ledson trying to head it in. The 9's under it. Shot from distance on the stretch though as well from Hughes.
Yeah, it was going wide, wasn't it? Sliced off the outside of the boot, and there's a token effort from Anthony Patterson on the dive. Never trouble in his goal.
Ekwa. Patterson. He's Dan Neil. Sunderland need to get some tempo into the game.
Yeah, we're getting into these areas up halfway line. You see the good organised setup from Preston, not allowing us to play through ramp, to keep going back, aren't we? I say both Hemir and Alex Pritchard coming off the bench. You're looking for your substitutions, try and get into the game straight away, have an impact on the game.
Ekwa, nice, but then loses it. Potts goes inside, skips clear of a couple of Sunderland players. He's got no support around him though. Has to go back. The pace of the game in general has just dropped, hasn't it?
Yeah, see, both teams are cancelling each other out as such, but yeah, they're getting into good areas, and then it just becomes static, the game, and no real flow or pace to it. And you know, threading balls in behind, it's all in front of both sides.
That one goes all the way back through to Freddie Woodman. Dan Neil gets it back of Roberts. Here's Ekwa. Pritchard. Pritchard. Couldn't find a pink shirt.
Yeah, Jack was out wide as well, wasn't he, with a bit of space.
Here's Patrick Roberts now. Inside the area, Patrick Roberts has he taken it too far, he pulls it back. Oh, and it was Potts who puts it over his own goal.
Yeah, well, you see Jack on hands on his head as well. I think maybe he can look to get in there as well. Once Patrick's driving to the byline, he's got to make a little dart across. I think Hemir's in there, look. Now there, he's got to be on the move, Jack, and he's outside the far post, outside the 6-yard box. It's crying out for somebody there, isn't it? It's a tap in for somebody. Dan Neal trying to get in there, and there's Jack at the bottom of your picture.
Oh, Brad Potts almost put it in his own net. Pritchard, the corner for Sunderland. Hume keeps it alive. It's in the air again, though. Sunderland throw.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Patrick in this second half, have we? Opportunity there for him, and he picks up the ball, driving the centre-back to the byline. We said in the first half, didn't we? We've seen in the highlights at half-time, that's looked our most likely avenue into getting a goal.
Here's Pritchard. Roberts, like you say, he had showed, good spells in the first half. Trey Hume comes all the way through for Jack Clark. Clark puts it across on a plate. Oh, the keeper keeps it out somehow from Roberts.
Yeah.
How's that stayed out?
I think it's a reaction save from Woodman, isn't it? Just gets his arm up in time and parries it away. And again, that's just saying it there, time and time again. Get these lads on the ball around the edge of that 18-yard box, and doesn't really have to beat anyone there, Jack. They just stand off him because they're wary that he wants to go both ways, and he just feeds it across into Patrick, who has come off that far side. And there, good contact on it, and pop, yeah, Woodman, glove up early, parries it away.
There's a Preston player down before Sunderland can take this corner.
McCann, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Alistair McCann. Substitution for Sunderland. Ekwa going off for Abdullah Bar. Looks like it's going to be a change as well for Preston.
It's interesting to see where Bar plays, isn't it? I see he's come on a couple of times and during midweek as well.
Stuck on that left-hand side, didn't he? He stuck right on the touchline.
Again, he's all right foot, isn't he? And he's one of them. I think sometimes he's not sure what's going to happen. He's got the step over in his locker. Let's see where he goes. He's coming out a word with Patrick Roberts.
Is McCann making way? He is, because the number 25, Dwayne Holmes, is coming on. First change of the afternoon for Preston. Ball goes in, header, oh, just wide. It's 09, I think, with the header.
Was as well, wasn't it? Yeah, lovely little ball in from Patrick, I think it is. It's the outswing again. Luke meets it really well. I think if that's on target, let's have a look at it back now. Yeah, just gets across his man, freebie. Oh, he'd be disappointed, Luke, that he hasn't found that bottom corner.
Another shorty, and it's Roberts with the cross.
Yeah, a couple of opportunities, last couple of minutes for Sunderland. Trying to get back into the game.
He's Potts. This is Holmes, who's just come on. Patterson picks it up, looking for the early ball out. This is Abdullah Bar's first touch of the game.
Yeah, he's coming on that right-hand side today, hasn't he?
Still going, Bar gets a shot away as well. Well, the Sunderland fans asking him to play Hamir in,
yeah,
maybe.
I think so, yeah. He's got a couple of Preston players get attracted to him there, and a couple of step overs, as we say, and then just feed it out to him. It's difficult. He's off balance. I think he's getting lent into there, and it's no power on the shot at all. I think he can just play it into Hemir there, 1v1.
Well, Sunderland's next opponents, Rotherham, were 2-0 up against Blackburn. It's now 2-2 in that game. Bringing you all the action from the other games at full time. But here is Abdullah Bar. Did he take too long there, Danny?
Yeah, I think 16 gets across, doesn't he, Hughes? And never really looked like he was going to get away from him there, did he? He's into the action, isn't he? Coming off the bench, Abdullah Bar straight away.
Didn't look like he had the ball under full control, did he, from this?
Yeah, you see the 16 there, gets across really well, and then it just runs into him, if anything, doesn't he?
Well, Bar's look dangerous. Certainly aware of him, aren't they?
Yeah, centre back there, Jack Watmore, I think, isn't it? Looking like he's coming on for Preston.
Another change, the number 26. There's Jack Watmore. Making way is Kean Best, who's probably not been at his best this afternoon, but it's only his third appearance.
Yeah, young lad, isn't he? And he'll learn
17.
from it. Give away the penalty.
Shoring things up at the back, maybe with more central defender in Watmore.
Yeah, he's a natural centre-back, Jack Watmore. See where he goes then. Maybe a little change in shape.
Sunderland fans might remember Watmore from his time at Wigan and Portsmouth before that. Played against Sunderland for both them clubs. Hemir. Back there battling. Pritchard spins and is fouled. Forward from Patterson. Sirkin. Pritchard back to Sirkin, who takes it well. Sirkin a little bit unbalanced. Tries to cross it. Gets the corner.
Yeah, better from Sunderland. Bit of urgency. Dennis Sirkin driving into the space.
Pritchard goes long this time. Ballard on the stretch. Referee gives a foul against.
A few bodies gone down. I think Dan Ballard goes for the loose ball, and I'm sure who's gone down there. Let's see it back now. Pritchard this time in swinger, near post area.
It's Ledson who goes down.
They both go for it there.
Andrews as well. Story. Final 10 minutes plus added time. How long will we see this afternoon? We will see. Well, poor pass forward from Luke O'Nien. Might let Will Keane in here. Thankfully, they have covered. Ballard and Keane coming together as well once the ball was played.
Luke trying to thread the ball, gets cut out, doesn't it?
Jack Clark now at the other end. Drops his shoulder well. Pritchard stretching to get there, he does though. Everyone's so close together here, Danny.
Yeah, crying out for a bit of width, and comes out to Jack now. Left hand side.
Pritchard floats one in, no height on it though. Here's Dan Neil. Again, no width is there.
The problem is, I mean, you brought Patrick into the middle of the pitch, and where does Patrick want to be really? Out there where Abdullah Bar is.
Here's Patrick Roberts, plays in Pritchard. Pritchard tries to get the ball into the middle. It's not cleared yet. Hume jumps. Hamia's under that one. Roberts picks it up. Barr tries to go inside. It's hacked clear for now.
Yeah. Just trying to pen Preston into that final third, like we seen last week, wasn't it, against Ipswich, last 10 minutes or so, once we got the goal.
Roberts still going, gets a ball in, looking for Hamia, cut out. And again, just cleared.
Yeah. Bit edgy back there, say Jack Watmore. Just come on. Helping out back there for Preston. You see no real pressure on the ball from Preston now, sitting in there deep.
Hume with the cross.
Oh.
Well, I tell you what, I think it's Ballard who goes down there heavily.
It was Potts, wasn't it, with the challenge? No, I think it's not Dennis. Yeah, it's Dennis Serkin, isn't it? You've got to cross him. Let's have a look. It's a nice ball in from Trey Hume. Feeds it in there. I'm not sure. Not sure.
It's going to come forward again, but it's cut out by Potts. Potts looking to play it out, but the problem is everyone's back for Preston.
Preston just slowing the game down, as you say there. It'd be interesting to see what does go up on the fourth officials board this week. Ipswich there, 2-0 up against Stoke. Looks like back-to-back victories for them.
Hamia trying to get away from his man. He was surely tugged back, but play continues.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to have to learn, Hemier, as well. You know, he's a big lad, got to use his size in his frame, this level championship.
Equally as well, if you're big,
yeah,
you know, you're going to have players hanging off you, aren't
exactly, yeah, up against big, you know, experienced centre-backs at this level. Can't be too nice, got to back in, got to make it horrible for them.
Barr doing well on that far side. Striding forward, gives it to Patrick Roberts, who's out there again. Roberts making a direct run. Barr clips one in. Pritchard!
Offside. Yeah, just seen that linesman's flag's gone up there.
Just needs to hold his line a little bit better. It's a good mover down the
right
right hand side.
As well, that pull back. You see Alex Pritchard free at the edge of the box.
It's going to be another change for Preston.
That's Woodman coming on, is it?
It is Ben Woodburn.
Woodburn, yeah.
The Welshman had a lightning start to his career at Liverpool. Comes on for Frokje Jensen. (4-3) in the game between Southampton and Norwich. 2 Norwich. Loads of goals there. Don't forget, you can have your say about this game, or anything about SAFC if you like. Use the hashtag AskDanny. Our production team will pick it up. We'll put your points of view in the post-game programme. Get them in quick. Unless we have about 15 minutes added on time. I don't think it'll be quite that much this afternoon, as the ball almost finds its way through to Hamia. Serkin.
Tussle over.
Yeah, Dwayne Holmes, he's doing his best to get the referee's attention. The referee doesn't want to know. He's a bit desperate from Holmes. Nice again from Barr. I don't know why the linesman's flagging, perhaps for a potential foul on Abdullah Barr, who finally goes down.
Yeah, do you know, it's a difficult one. I think the linesman was obviously flagged for the first one. The refs allowed play to go on, which was right, and then the next one as well. But I don't think the third one is a foul. You see it back now, look. Lovely feet there, Pop, see you later. He's away. Next one comes across. That one, but he's away then, isn't he? And then, is that one a foul? I'm not sure it is. Comes off his It's Carf on the cover, I think Lindsay, is it? Good though from Abdullah Bar.
Yep. It's looked exciting since coming on. Dan Neil stands up, looking for Hamia. Woodburn trying to clear with his first touch. Sunderland get men around the ball, but it's Holmes who breaks with it. Potts has gone ahead of him, but he has to go back. To go forward to Potts, who's in space and onside. Potts plays it in easily. Keane takes his time.
Yeah, Trey Humes, that good block.
Potts goes again. Holmes.
Yeah, it's a foul. Jack Clark just catches Dwayne Holmes, doesn't he?
He's waiting for the contact.
Slow it down again.
Yep. He would do the same in that situation. Alan Brown stands over this in the 89th minute. Header at the far post. And Watmore, I think it was, coming in late.
Yeah, difficult one for him. He's well past the far post, isn't he? Almost outside the 6-yard box. Good connection on it. Deep cross from Alan Brown on free kick. Never going to get that back on target though from there.
Here's Roberts, skips away from 1 and 2 and 3. Patrick Roberts takes 3 players out of the game and puts a good ball forward for Abdullah Bar. The pullback's on if he can find Hamia, but it's cut out by Watmore at the other end.
Yeah, again, Patrick goes past 3, doesn't he?
Easily as well.
Bar, yeah. And it does the right thing. Maybe doesn't get enough power on it there, Bar. Alex Pritchard again, penalty spot, but it's got to be 10-15 and then we've had in the game, isn't it? That similar area.
Hume it in from the corner. Sunderland must have worked it short again. Sirkin looking for options. Holmes got a touch on it, but then kicks it off. Dan Neil.
Yeah, just saying there, how many times have we got into those areas, haven't we? Just down the sides of the 18-yard box, or even getting into the 18-yard box to the byline, and just looking for that pullback really.
Stand by for added time here, Danny. As Freddie Woodman does his best to slow things down. Only the 5 this week. Hamia jumps. Watmore out jumps him. 5 minutes for Sunderland to rescue a point from this. Dan Neil plays a great diag to Abdullah Bar. Bar. It's a pull ball inside, but it does come back out to Trey Hume. Sirkin. Jack Clark. Preston just got a couple of lines of white shirts now. Keeping Sunderland at bay for now. Jack Clark looking for Hamia. 9 comes through. Is there a break on here? It's Ballard and Keane. I think there's too much on it for Keane.
Yeah, it's so difficult, isn't it? I see Jack just flips the ball through the middle there, but say got to be spot on to try and play a ball through the middle of Preston now.
Maybe Patterson will try it. No, he just passes it to the right where 9 picks it up. It's Abdullah Bar, who's looked great since coming on this afternoon. Hits the back though of Patrick Roberts, and Will Keane gets possession back for Preston. He's Bar. Although Bar's had an impact, his passing's let him down, hasn't it?
He's had a mixed bag, yeah. I don't think sometimes he knows what he's going to do. He produces some bits of quality, doesn't he? And just like there, I'm not sure he was trying to find with the pass. Loose ball.
Woodburn goes down after the contact from 09. Preston in no hurry to take this. Will it be successive defeats in the league for Sunderland? Or can Sunderland rescue something in these final few minutes of added time? At the minute, they haven't got the ball. Holmes trying to play in keen. Now here's Sunderland with the ball. Sirkin. Jack Clark runs into Potts. Clark tries to get it back. Holmes up against Dan Neil. Pritchard comes across and tries to pick his pocket. Almost does. Ballard looking for the ball, takes the standing leg of Brad Potts. Ballard's already on a yellow card. What we don't want is another sending off.
Yeah, it's a free kick. No, it's not a yellow card, it's a free kick yet, but nothing more for me that. That's it, just over a minute and a half to go. See the Preston fans now think they're home and dry.
A yellow card for Brown for time wasting. Doesn't mean anything though if it's not added on. It's only the second booking of the game for Preston. Ballard inside the final minute of added time. Remember, it's just a minimum of 5 minutes. There has been stoppages in added time. But someone need to ask the question if they're going to get a positive answer. Oh, and Clark lets it run. It's Potts with the late challenge and picks up a yellow. Clark looks to be in a little bit of pain there. Let's hope he's all right.
Short pass, wasn't it? He fancied he could get there. Potts comes straight through the back of Jack Clark. It's an opportunity to get the strike away. Let's have a look.
There's a Pritchard. You might as well try it.
I think it's borderline, isn't it? Shooting
just
distance.
Too far out, yeah. But you get at least a shot on target and hope you can get something on the...
That's the discussion there between Alex Pritchard.
Second ball, yeah.
And that is it, borderline. We're going to hang it up to the far post.
Dan Neil's over it as well. Chance. Pretty straight on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. If
anything, Dan Neil might roll it to the right.
Just shift it a little bit.
Yeah, for a direct shot for Pritchard. We'll see what happens. Took a bobble. Oh, it almost fell for O'Nien.
Yeah.
It goes for a Sunderland corner anyway.
It's quite well worked. I don't think the set back to Alex, but it just pops up.
Yeah,
just watch now
from
Patrick
this one there.
Yes, and then it's. I'm sure whether it's going to go in. I think Woodman's getting across to it anyway, but.
This will be the final action of the game. Alex Pritchard goes across. Can Sunderland rescue a point at Deepdale? Anthony Patterson's on the penalty spot. Clark comes out.
Trouble. Oh, man back there.
Has the referee seen enough?
Yep, that's it.
He has done. It's all over at Deepdale. It's another defeat for Sunderland. Danny,
yeah, and it is. It's, scrappy game throughout. If we're honest, we had a spell, didn't we, in the second half there.